A new command I give you, love one another. As I have loved you, so you must love one another. By this everyone will know that you are my disciples, if you love one another. John 13:34 through 35. Good morning. This is Carolee Owens, your minister of music. Today I am dedicating my devotional to the life of John Lewis, a key leader of the civil rights movement, who passed away last week at the age of 80. I will also be talking about the song that has been referred to as the Black National Anthem, Lift Every Voice and Sing. Congressman John Lewis grew up poor, the son of a sharecropper in Troy, Alabama. During his childhood, he suffered many injustices, as did all the black folk in his community and many other communities across America. He was not allowed to check out a book in the local public library, to drink out of the white fountains, or to go to school with white children. As John witnessed and lived with these inequalities, he became more and more determined to get an education and change the system. As a young man, he got a scholarship to the American Baptist Theological Seminary, where he became part of the Sitting Kids. They fought to desegregate lunch counters and movie theaters in Nashville. In order to achieve this, he and his group were beaten, had lit cigarettes put out in their hair, and had hot liquids poured down their backs. They prevailed, and more areas of Nashville became desegregated. During his participation and leadership in the nonviolent movement as a freedom rider, he was beaten numerous times and arrested more than 40 times. Though he was very young, he wrote a will, knowing he could be killed at any moment. In his famous speech during the 1963 Civil Rights March in Washington, D.C., he said, "How long can we be patient?" Soon after, the Civil Rights Act of 1964 was passed. In 1965, as he marched over the Edmund Pettus Bridge in Selma, Alabama, marching for voting rights, he was struck in the head. His skull was fractured, and he nearly died. Right up to the end of his life, he was serving as a United States Congressman, fighting for justice for all Americans. He was a simple man of great faith. When asked how he got the courage to do what he did, he said, "We had to do it. We had to do it. The spirit of history tracked us down and said, 'This is your time, and if you don't do it, who will?'" Lift Every Voice and Sing, often referred to as the Black National Anthem, was written in 1900 as a poem by James Weldon Johnson and was read at a birthday celebration for Abraham Lincoln. It was set to music by his brother, J. Rosamond Johnson, in 1905. The song is a prayer for faithfulness and freedom, with imagery from Exodus and the journey from slavery to freedom in the Promised Land. It is printed in 39 hymnals, including our Methodist hymnal. It has been sung at numerous special events through the years, and most recently, the National Football League announced the song will be played or performed live before the national anthem during the first week of the 2020 regular season. I'd like to leave you with words from the Honorable John Lewis. Every generation leaves behind a legacy. What that legacy will be is determined by the people of that generation. What legacy do you want to leave behind? And when you see something that is not right, you have a moral obligation to say something, to do something. You don't give up, don't give in, keep the faith. But my favorite words I loved hearing from him were, to make good trouble so we can change the world together. Please pray with me. Lord, help us to lay down our fearfulness and get into good trouble. Show us how we can make a difference in the lives of our Black brothers and sisters by putting our words into action. As Mr. Lewis risked his life for justice, help us to stand up for equality for all Americans and people of the world. May we follow your example of loving everyone, even those who are not like us. If we, your disciples, don't do this, who will? May we be a part of bending the arc of the moral universe toward justice. In Jesus' most holy name I pray. Amen. Click on the link to hear Lift Every Voice and Sing. And please take care, and I hope to see you soon.